Okay, I think it's definitely about time to start up the dual fuel burner because it's bloody freezing in my workshop. Right, I had to even watch my own YouTube clip to remember how it worked because it was so complex in the end. So, step down back here. This is so I can bring on both the glow plugs, yeah, at 9 volts without this knowing about it. So it's got no idea that I'm actually preheating it. Right, so I've got a fan for that as well. So I'll put that on. That's also wired into the O2 sensors. Okay, so the red ones is the ambient, and you can see how cold it is inside, 7.6. Okay, let's start them off. See, we got there's 2 LED lights there. I don't know if you can get on there properly. Yep, that's letting me know now that both glow plugs are on. Little lamp meter here showing me I'm pulling 9.5 volts and 22 amps. That's quite a bit, isn't it? And what we will notice is the temperature rise inside the chamber before I even try to start it. So there we are again. No faults. It doesn't know I've hacked into the glow plug system. Oh, it's very, very tricky wiring. Yeah, very, very tricky. I mean, I can't believe I went down this rabbit hole of getting it to run on 2 different types of fuel, but it does work. Right, I heat whatever I want in there. Yeah, that's my reserve tank. Heat whatever I want, and you can see I've got a fuel filter in there. This is braided steel hose inside because I get this up to about 60°C, but I don't want it to get cold by the time it gets to the second pump. So to bring it through the hot oil, I have, if I can get around there, can you see I've got a little valve on there? So what I do is put that little plastic clip on the valve, press in the button, and I just start draining it through. Yeah, just pumping it through as if you've got air in your system until it feels hot or warm. That's when I turn it on. Right, the timer on my double glow plug has just gone off. So let's see if she wants to start today. Okay. Normal fan speed on startup, so it doesn't blow its flame out. 2 volts. Notice now it's on 1 glow plug, which is the actual standard wired glow plug. Come on in, let's see what you're going to do. Well, I've just let the volts drop right down. Fan speed 1.62. Okay, you see the chamber temperature's coming up already. We're up on 11 now. I don't know how, I mean, I'm in a carport here, but I don't know how it seems to get so damp and humid inside something, inside the chamber. Okay, there goes the pump. Are you going to fire? Okay, let's check. Yeah, there's definitely fuel in the line. I've got to do something about that ticking pump. Okay, off she goes. Right, I've now got the exhaust going through my fence, and I've got it flipped, pointing straight up with a little flap on the top, and that works well, as long as you make it out of really thin aluminium. Yeah, so it just works like you see on these big American trucks. Yeah, it will, as long as you make it out of like the aluminium you get from a Coke can, it will blow it open, and when it's not running it will close itself and you don't fill up the exhaust with water. The cat does work. The cat really shuts up the noise. Yeah, it's surprising. Okay, let's have a look at our temperatures. So we got 66, 70 inside the burn chamber. So that's tapped straight through the side of it to exactly where the flame is, on the outside of the casing. The other one, the 84, 86 now, is the temperature probe at pre-cap. Okay, you can see how lean it runs. It does. So we've got 19.7 pre-cap, then 19.98. The cat's doing something. But it really, I mean, I've got this big pipe on here. So you get radiant heat off that. Make sure whatever it's passing is fireproof. Yeah, like this. Yeah, I've got one outlet here, which is in the middle of the shop. I've got another outlet on the end there. So if I'm spraying or painting, I can actually direct it to wherever I want, because I normally hang things when I spray them. It works bloody well. It really does. But the problem I've had is if I try and run it on setting 3, yeah, or with 2 pumps, it just gets so hot. It gets ridiculously hot. As you can see, I've had to put a fan on the top here. Yeah, this is an extra fan. Yeah. So I open the flap up, turn the switch, and that blows down onto the heat sensor. I've already got a 5k resistor in line, yeah, to stop it overheating, because say I've got it on number 2, yeah, it's well over 300. It really kicks the heat out. Okay, let's have a look at these end temperatures here. Let me have a look at what's going on this year. Okay, so the 177, that's right beside the actual overheat sensor, standard one, and the 177 is just as it goes into the pipe. Okay. Would I advise running on whatever waste you have? Yeah, you get a lot more heat. There is like virtually double the amount of energy that there is in diesel. It really does put out a lot of heat. But it does take some managing. And if you're not around it, I mean, like, I've got a supercharger here, so if I'm, say on setting number 2, yeah, setting number 2 is all predetermined, fan speed against 1 pump. You suddenly add 2 pumps in it, then all of a sudden your air to fuel ratio's gone tits up, because the fan speed hasn't picked up. So that's why I have this little supercharger, yeah, so I can actually, can you hear him whizzing at all? It's a ducted fan inside the inlet, so it's actually ramming the air in there, and it does work really well. I can control it. It doesn't. I haven't got a runaway diesel concept. If you've ever seen a runaway diesel, a runaway diesel is basically when you've got a really tired engine, yeah, and it goes from running normal, like injecting diesel into the to actually running on its own oil supply from the sump, yeah, and it just takes off and revs its nuts off. It's worth looking up on YouTube. You'd be amazed. So you've got really bad piston rings, yeah. It will start running on its own oil until it blows itself to bits. Literally blows itself to bits. You can't stop it. There's no way of stopping it other than if you're brave enough to go and put your hand over the air supply and cut its air supply off. There is no other way. Alright, bye for now, chaps.